Hey everyone, welcome back to the Soccer Plug as we talk about a couple of positions slash groups of players that need to step up in the Premier League as we head back out of the international break. First up, we're looking at the left back position for Manchester City and who will come out of this period as their first choice left back. Benjamin Mendy was the first choice this season, as he has been for the last 4 years, but as per usual, another injury, and he hasn't done anything to overly impress. Unfortunately, with all these injuries, he hasn't looked like the same kind of player that Man City thought they were getting 4 years ago when they bought Mendy from Monaco. And he doesn't seem to have the lateral quickness to stay with any of these quick, smaller wingers like Adama Traore that we've seen in the Premier League. And since his injury, João Cancelo is coming on. He's been playing at left back, even though he's naturally a right back. But it's definitely been a vast improvement to the team. He's played some great balls in. He scored a great goal from right back the other week. And, for the next month and a half, they both have their chance probably to impress, because there still might be a chance that Man City goes into the transfer market in January if they don't like their options and signs a left back, possibly Nicolas Tagliafico as being the name linked most. Next up, we have the Spurs attacking midfielders slash wingers. Now, they, with newly named October Player of the Month in the Premier League, Son Heung-min, forced to be quarantined after a couple of his South Korean teammates came back testing positive for COVID-19. His status for the Man City game next weekend is definitely going to be in jeopardy. It looks like I think he might be out, but I don't want to speak too early on it. So now, with him being in such great form to start the season, and along with Harry Kane, they're definitely going to need someone to step up in his absence, whether it be Stefan Bergwijn, Gareth Bale, or Dele Alli, because we've seen in previous seasons, one of them usually gets hurt. Recently, it's been Harry Kane, and they need reliable backups, which they have for the first time in the last 3 or 4 years since they've been really good. And it's up to these players to perform. And are we going to see the likes of the Real Madrid Gareth Bale ever again? Is Dele Alli done from what he was in the 2016 season, who was one of the best young players in all of football and all the world? So, excuse me. We'll see if any of those players can step up in Son's absence and lead them to a victory over Man City. Next up, we have the Liverpool center back position, and it's a rough position to talk about right now. If you're a Liverpool fan, you better just hope that Joel Matip does not get hurt. That's all I have to say. Even if he doesn't even have to, be amazing and try and be, Joe Gomez or, even Virgil van Dijk. But as long as he's out there, and being healthy, it provided a presence, for the rest of the team. If they see someone like Joel Matip go down injured, they're going to be like, okay, this isn't our season. It's ridiculous how many center backs we've lost. I don't know if there's anything we could do to, retain our title. But as long as Matip's back there and he's healthy, they have someone like Fabinho that could step in, who's impressed in the limited times he's played at center back. So as long as they could have those two back there and get a little bit of consistency at the center back position, they should be able to compete for the title. Lastly, we have Sheffield United and their strikers, and Ryan Brewster was signed this summer to help alleviate some of the goals, and it really has not been working to start the season. Sheffield United as a team are more than the sum of their parts. They don't have any star players, the types of players they have up front, like David McGoldrick and Ollie McBurney. They're more for the team strikers, as I would say. They're not the best natural goal scorers, especially at the Premier League level. So I know they've had some injuries, and that seems to be the problem affecting the whole team right now, is the players that have been required to come in and take their places have not been up to the same level. So let's see if they could get something going now after this injury break, and see if they could get those players to step up and get Ryan Brewster or McBurney to score some goals, because they really need it to get themselves out of the relegation places. Thanks all.